Yo, 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 yo. It's another episode of BeyondTalk Chronicles podcast. I'm your boy, Go Villain Django, that 1 in 10,000. And I'm with my very special guest, Edgar the Poet, man. Tell him give me your socials, man. Tell him where to follow you, man. Tell him where to follow that music shit, bro.
Yeah, I got a single out. Give me all platforms. Just look up Edgar's Diary. One word. Edgar's Diary on Instagram. Type shit.
Bet. So, with your name, man, how did you become a poet?
Shit. Wrote my first poem back in college. I was chilling. High as fuck, man. Like, started writing. Just came out of me. But I was like 2 years ago, year and a half. Been writing every day. Just putting some shit there.
So, your poetry, is it a big influence on your music?
Yeah, I try to be poetic. I try to have something that you'd have to listen to a couple times just to understand fully. It's like it's more than surface level.
All right, so you just dropped the song "Get Me," and
Yeah,
that's very poetic, and like the bars was well put together. How did
yeah.
that song come about?
I was just writing it. I'll be writing every day. I mean, I don't really think it's nothing too special. It was just something that I was really pondering. I thought about that for a while. How I was how I was raised, how I was feeling. It's like shit ain't sweet, bro. Took a while to make, you know.
What inspires your poetry?
Shit, just living, looking outside and seeing beautiful things, and looking within and seeing nothing.
So are you searching for something?
I'm not really searching for nothing. I'm just trying to find myself.
Okay, and what for the viewers watching? What does it take to find yourself?
Shit, a lot of sitting in the dark, just looking at the stars, being by yourself, till you can really see who you are. It's like I think of life as like a big deep ass forest. You deep in that bitch. You don't know where the fuck you going. Shit, fog. You can't see your step. You gotta take that shit step of the day.
Do you have a favorite poem you have written?
Nah, not really. I think my shit trash for real.
Why would you down yourself like that?
Shit, ain't nobody down themselves. I'm just saying. That's some shit I wrote a while ago. I got some shit you ain't heard. Shit. Come March 30th, you gonna say.
March 30, you got the Eggers Diary EP, man. That's what's up. You said with like 8 songs on that joint.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind the Eggers Diary, the EP?
Shit, that was something I was thinking about in college, man. I would wake up every day and just see it. I was like, I'm gonna write an album. I always it was just it was a long time of me just telling myself I would do it. I don't really care about like where this shit could take me monetarily or financially or just like persona wise. I don't care about none of that shit. This is something I was telling myself I was gonna make, and I made this shit, and I think it sounds real good.
That's dope, bro. Like starting like out in poetry and then becoming an artist, like or a rapper or poet rapper, or I mean poetic rapper. It takes a lot of grit and a lot of effort to do what you do because like everybody look at poetry or artists or poets like with a different mindset. But when you bring that poetry and can create a song with that shit, adds way more exposure to me personally and then to other artists because you know what I'm saying it's art behind it. And like when you look at your Instagram, you know what I'm saying, you have a certain aesthetic with your Instagram and that shit pretty cool because when you look at a lot of artist shit, they shit all over the place. So it's just like knowing like where your fucking direction is, bro.
Yeah, EDGARS.diary if you don't know what you're talking about. That's my Instagram. Um, yeah, it took a lot of soul searching and like really trying to unearth like the deepest, kind of saddest parts about how I was raised because that's where the poetry comes from. Not saying it has to always be in a spot of not saying it always has to be in a spot of fear and angst, but that's just where it was, and I really do have plans to grow it.
So growing up and doing poetry, which if you from Delaware, your Delaware roots, how did the Delaware roots inspire and push you to do the poetry?
It ain't do shit but give me nothing to look at, man. Ain't nothing but land, trees. You see the sun rise and fall. It's like it's just nothing there, and I just grew up around the worst parts. To me, at least, it seemed like. I mean, it could have been worse. Could have been homeless. Could have been sniffing crack. Shit, mama could have been worse than she is, but I love life in the fact that I know exactly where I grew up, and I know exactly what it did to me, and I'm not confused by it.
Bro, like talking to you, bro, like you very interesting, bro. Like this shit is amazing. And the way that you talk, like you're very selective with your words. And like someone that's younger or someone that's inspired or someone that needs guidance can learn a lot from you because talking to you is like you got that the artistry shit figured out in your art. Like the shit is amazing, bro. And like you growing up, it's you could tell a little bit how it has affected you, right?
Yeah,
But that's even making it your journey and your story even more realer. Cause niggas be making up their stories and shit like that. Or come, they'll come and do an interview or something like that and just make up a story like they struggle and you can really tell. And you could tell when niggas been real life been through shit, cause you can feel it off their spirit, bro. You got like a real genuine spirit, like you an old soul, bro. Um, how do you measure success as a poet?
success as a poet.
How
I
do you
mean,
measure the success? Yeah.
how how did how did Edgar Allan Poe measure his success? He died before he saw it. The way I see it, I'm gonna just keep writing until I die, and whoever sees it along the way, whether it be now, 2 years, 50 years, the art's still gonna be there. Like, if you think about it, I'm already dead. So, I mean, we all are. We're just racing towards that end. But at least I made something that can last beyond this physical body.
Damn, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro? You fucking deep. Looking ahead, what are your aspirations for your poetry career? Where do you hope to take your craft in the future?
I just hope that like people will see and like try to understand. I don't care if you understand completely. I don't care if you lost. I mean, like if somebody comes up and looks at my poetry and they see it and they try to understand it, that's I would love that.
Sheesh, bro. How do you feel about the intersection of poetry with other art forms such as music or visual arts?
I feel like there are a lot of great poets out here and there are a lot of great rappers. Like you look at somebody like J. Cole, hey, he's a poet. You look at somebody like Kendrick Lamar. Is he not writing poetry in his truest form?
Fuck it.
It's like Drake, he can be considered a poet, even though whoever's writing behind his poetry is a great poet. I don't give a fuck. It's about the way you deliver it too. I mean, like if somebody was writing my shit, you wouldn't know. Nobody writing my shit though. That's
And
fucked.
that's why that shit is genuine, Brody. Now we got the hot topics with Zeta. Bow, 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 bow.
Yo, what's up, everybody? All right, man. I just got a couple questions just around the hip hop culture and just the black community all around. You ready for it? So, Candace Owens recently been on a lot of podcasts this week. Her message was that the labels are to blame for the negative impact on hip hop. Do you feel it's the label's job or the artist's job for the messages being pushed?
Who's Candace Owens?
Candace Owens like a popular she's an influence and she do like politics. She talks about like George Floyd.
Oh, you talking about that one?
She
Yeah.
like a no light skin
Yeah,
John.
yeah. All right. She talking about labels.
She said it's the label's fault for the negative impact on hip hop. Do you feel it's the label's job or the artist's job for the messages being pushed?
Bro, I feel like niggas is just money hungry at that point. I mean, like if you feel like a label is pushing the wrong narrative, then don't you think somebody giving way too much money to somebody that want to push that narrative? I mean, and at that same point, like, why even try to cling to a label that's so? It's like kind of sellout ish.
Okay.
Brent Fayez, he made his whole motherfucking shtick off of LLC, my guy. Like, you trying to join a label? You just money hungry. That shit's gonna destroy you, bro.
Okay, I like that. And that's going to lead into our next question. The popular artist Russ, Russ, said that he make millions going independent. Do you feel like it's better being independent or
Hell
having a
yeah.
label to push your music?
Be independent. I mean, as long as you can. And if you do go into a label, I mean, keep your integrity at least.
Okay. So while we still on the subject of music, Kendrick Lamar just dropped this diss track against J. Cole and Drake. What are your thoughts about a friendly competition in rapping, and who do you side with in the beef?
Was that really a diss? I mean, he just put a bar together and it was hard.
Well, how do you feel about friendly competition where everybody is not afraid to drop names?
Them niggas still go to sleep in a $1 billion mansion. Don't Drake got a bed with like horsehair in it, bro? That costs like billions. I don't think that nigga gives two fucks. And if he ever wrote about it, I mean, it would be for publicity purposes so people could talk about it. Like yourself.
Okay. So the popular artist Gorilla, the female artist that came out of Memphis, she recently went to go see the president this week. How do you feel about artists entering politics and pushing agendas?
I feel like it's a big circus. The fuck Glorilla got to do with politics?
Do you feel like they use the artists just to get to a certain minority?
I feel like when Rome was falling, they did a lot of shit just to take your attention off of things. It's like they threw lavish parties, put people on pedestals that were fighting to the death. It's like, and then you look at this and it's like, oh, we're bringing rappers into the White House and putting it all on national television. It's yeah, it don't make no sense to me.
Okay. So here in the DMV, every year we get the Broccoli Fest, and it's back this year with Nicki Minaj and other popular artists. Do you feel like local venues need to push local artists, or does the big names call for the big stage?
I think wherever the money at, if you're a bigger fish, you're gonna take the opportunity. I mean, if they really wanted to push local artists, they would have put more funds into it, and then would have probably got way more local artists than they would have just like
Because
two
I
people.
checked the roster and there's 30 performers and only 5 is from the DMV.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, shit. If you want somebody to push your music, push it yourself until you can, you know, not be a 5-person performance for your state. You know.
Okay. Last question. So there's a lot of red pill, blue pill media. That means men want more women to be feminine and women want more men to be masculine. Do you feel like that's just a viral trend going around, or is that a real discussion?
I think niggas is bitches, and bitches is bitches. So you know they gonna have their own opinions, and they're always gonna be bickering. I feel like you just gotta deal with it any way you can. It's an individual thing. It's not really like a cattle based thing, you know.
All right, man. Thank you for answering the hot topics. Before you leave, I got one poet of yours, and I just want you to name it if it has a name and give a little bit of meaning behind it. All right. Held together by a string around our lost fitting, around a loose fitting frame, underneath his pride, run tunnels of shame through broken lenses. He saw a world with only someone to blame.
That one, broken frame
That's the name of it.
around a loose fitting frame, like any of these pictures hanging up. If they were just hanging on together by strings, that wouldn't be like a very solid picture to hang up. It would probably fall. Um, and like you can't really blame anybody for you falling off the wall except yourself because you're just holding yourself together by a couple strings. It's
Man, that was deep right there. All right, now back to Go Villain with the random questions.
All right, let me know if you're ready for the randoms. Are you ready? All right. 5 hoes or 1 good lady?
one good lady.
Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
Your favorite city?
I don't know where.
You got any ops?
Nah.
A secret talent?
I write really good poetry.
If you were the president, what would the first thing you would do?
Resign from office.
Lambo or Ferrari?
Neither.
Your favorite movie?
Boys in the Hood.
Favorite cartoon character?
Goofy.
Are you a cheater?
Occasionally.
If your girl asked you to get her a BBL, would you?
No.
Are you afraid of spiders?
No.
Celebrity crush?
Like Coco Jones.
If you catch your girl cheating with her stepbrother, what you doing?
I'm gonna just walk out.
Here at Beyond Talk, we got the hottest, the latest podcast. I'm your boy Go Villain, that 1 in 10,000. My co-host Z That, and we got the most interesting guest on this fucking podcast, man. Edgar, the poet. Thank you for coming out, bro. We appreciate everything, man. And make sure y'all go tune into bro. Follow him, man. New EP, Edgar's Diary, March 30th, bro. Tune in.